I'm going to talk about this to get people to hate me. And they're like, well, that's dumb. I'm like, well, you just have to do what you have to do. That's
part of the show.
It's part of the show. The only way you can get people to not want to see you get beat for sure is if you say something that's going to piss them off.
That's it. It's part of being a heel. I mean, like, if you're not going to say something that's going to piss people off, well, you're going to be a terrible heel. You know, it's you're going to say things and be,
Well, it's kind of just like, one of the common things that wrestlers would do is if they're in like the South, they'll say something like, we're in the South, so we know this is a room full of idiots or something like that. It's cheeky.
Yeah. Oh, I've been there.
You want people to hate them, to where they're like, "Yeah, get your ass beat."
Pretty much, it's you're gonna be a heel. You gotta have some kind of trash talk there. So that's part of being heel is. So it is what it is. But it's it was good cheap eat though. It was good. She did a good job.
Right.
It's there's a lot of she has a good future ahead of her.
For sure. She's definitely going to be. I mean, at this point, especially, she's talked as one of the best women wrestlers in the industry right now. Up there with like Bayley, Sasha, Becky, Charlotte, people like that.
You know what's funny about it too? Myself, I sometimes I use wrestling lingo in the music business.
What's that? Like what?
Even in regular job life or whatever. Oh, hey, y'all! Someone get mad at me. Well, it looks like I'm gonna get some heat around here. I said that out loud a few times. They're like, Mark, what the hell are you talking about? Heat? Like, it ain't hot in here. I'm like, nothing. Don't worry about it. Or sometimes I'll explain to them. They're like, what the world? Or I would say, I don't want to be the heel of this conversation. Or sometimes in the music business, I'll say, man, you gotta get the song over.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't know what that means. Well, we get the song over. I'm like, gotta get over with the fans. Gotta get it loved. The song ain't over. The song ain't over. Oh, that song is really over. It's like, I just started. You didn't get my point. It's just funny. There's certain things to do.
I use heat in my regular life just because, like, to me, it makes more sense. Like, if I'm getting someone angry at me, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna catch some heat for this.
Yeah. It's and you use pop, crowd pop. Anyway, use that in different lines of work too. But crowd popping, but that's why I use crowd pop tonight.
Right.
The pop. What Mark? What do they pop? I'm like, it's a loud noise, man. It's just
popping them pails.
The lock. Oh, I don't know what that was. But
I'm joking.
I know. Now they pop pills or something like that. I don't know about that. So, but I said I use those terms in the music business, and it's some people don't. Well, most people I talk around don't get it. But it's like it's fun for me. I use it all the time though in my own mind. But
right.
It is what it is, and So there's times where I see singers trash talk, about something else. I'm like, yep, they're the heel right now. Or they'll be the baby face, say something else. But it's fun.
Well, there's things that it applies to, like the whole heel and baby face in like real life and other TV shows and stuff like that. You can boil down like anything that's in a form of entertainment to wrestling lingo and why certain things work.
Oh yeah.
One of the things I talked about with somebody else on like it was a TV show and a movie. We were talking about how the bad guy was not a good bad guy. So, well, it's because he didn't have a reason for you to believe that he was righteous in his own mind. And I'm like, the only way you can have a good heel is if you can knowingly say, well, he has a point, and that makes him a good bad guy. And I kept using wrestling terminology and from wrestling podcasts and stuff like that. People from like Chris Jericho to Conan to Raven all talk about the heels and why some heels work and some heels don't, and it makes total sense.
Yeah.
If someone's just going to take over the world, if you will, just to take over the world, that's not a good bad guy. There's no reasoning behind it. There was nowhere where he was at fault. If he wants to take over the world because he thinks he's the all-knowing person and that he is convinced that he knows how to run everyone's life better than them. Okay, now you have a bad guy that has a reason why he's doing what he's doing, and you can kind of see his point, you know?
Unless your brain from picking the brain.
yes.
I love that cartoon as a kid. What are we getting in that brain? Which night we're gonna take over the world. I love that answer.
The most recent season of Animaniacs, there's actually an episode where Brainy tries to take over the world by going viral.
That show's still on?
They brought it back and it's a Hulu only.
Oh,
it's
I know they brought. Oh,
yeah. I will say there's a few episodes you will not like.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just wanted that old classic stuff that I watched when I was a youngin'.
Well, that's the thing. They didn't really change the format. It's just what they talked about, so I could tell it's going to rub you the wrong way.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I won't bother them. If anybody's going to know what I'm like, it's going to be you. So.
I personally loved it.
Yeah. I know that I'm definitely not gonna like it.
It's because it's my sense of humor.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, obviously I know what you're talking about that. But yeah, if it's what say you're saying. If you're gonna be the heel, you gotta have a reason to be the heel. What you gonna do? If there's no story behind it, it's like there's been a few wrestlers out there, some time ago that, why are you doing what you're doing? Because I just want to do it. I'm like. You look like a bully, but it's like, and that's a heel, but it's like to where it just, I don't feel, there's no emotional attraction towards it, I'm not invested into it. So they keep on the same thing, saying the same exact thing week after week after week. I'm like, you're not even close to me when I would care to watch on TV. It's like you're wasting my time.
And I'll give you an example of a good heel that one of the wrestlers that you and I talk about the most did that I thought was one of the best. Jericho, when Jericho was going after Shawn Michaels, he went after Shawn Michaels because he's like, I idolized you as a child, but I realized you're nothing, things like that. So you kept attacking him, and you can kind of see, okay, Jericho's mind is broken. He met his idol, and it did not meet his expectations, so he's taking it out on him.
Yeah.
So that's a good example of a good heel.
Oh yeah, by far, absolutely. It's that was emotion invested in that storyline.
There's actually two favorite kind of heel personas that are from the WWF that I loved. I loved when Stone Cold was a heel and trying to kiss Vince McMahon's ass all the time. That was hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The other
one didn't like that. That was weird. I thought it was interesting. Go ahead. Sorry.
I thought it was funny as hell. The other one is I love Oblivious heel Kurt Angle, the one where he was, I represent the three eyes, and he thinks he's the good guy, but everyone hates him.
Yeah.
I love Oblivious heel.
And that was Vince's idea. It was just Kurt Angle was like, I don't get it. He's like, Kurt, just keep on going with it. Keep going with it. I just don't see what's saying. I don't get it. It's like, and it worked. So, and
it especially worked with Edge and Christian when he was just oblivious to everything going on.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Oblivious Kurt was funny.
Yeah, it really was. I thought he did a really good job also with when he was hanging out with Stone Cold during Stone Cold's heel time.
When he had the tiny hat and the ukulele.
Oh, yeah. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny. Yeah, it definitely was. But
any case, we're mainly talking about the F word. I got nothing else to add really to it.
I don't either myself. Just if you're out there, don't use the F word. Just say, you know what, watch it. That's all there is to it, man.
Don't use that F word. You can use the other F word. The other F word's just fine.
F word spout, but it's still better than the fake word. So that's I don't know. Yeah, it's y'all out there that are listening. Watch the matches or at least watch how they train. It's if it's not your in your taste buds, and it ain't. So but if someone wants to wrestle,
like what you like, don't be a dick.
Yeah, and don't ask me if I'm 10 years old. At heart, I might be, but yeah.
One of the funniest responses I've ever done, and I've only did it to one person, but I think it's so funny when I play it back in my head. I had someone go, "You're not 10 years old." I go, "Oh shit, I'm not." Damn.
How did I get my driver's license?
Man, that's why they chased me away from the elementary school.
Oh wow. Oh man. But yeah, that's all I got, man.
Yeah. All right. You could catch us wherever you might be listening to, but you can also catch us on Spreaker, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts, as well as YouTube. You can follow us on Twitter at WrestlingSCool and hit them with the rest.
For Instagram, it's at Wrestling Still Cool. Facebook is Wrestling Still Cool. TikTok is at Wrestling Still Cool 90. You get us on email at WrestlingStillCool@gmail.com. Let y'all know we've had some guests in March. Check out the archives to see all our guests. You had Just Incredible, Sam Beal, and the list goes on. It has Stan Styles recently. And check that out. We're going to have some guests in April. We'll have that calendar up here soon. And send us an email saying which guests you'd like to have. We're not yet able to get The Rock, but
Right.
One of these days we might get someone like The Rock or Stone Cold. Who knows? But anyways, just whether they work in the independents or they're AEW Impact, we can't get anybody signed to WWE because of their rules. So, but anyways, if you have a guest you wanted to us here in our show, please let us know, or a topic, or you want to say hey, or you also get us on DMs on social media.
Yep. I'm sorry, because you mentioned this, I have to bring this up.
Okay.
I've been on TikTok a little bit more, and I came across The Rock did like a. It's the thing, I think it's called The Stitch, where they do a video and then it goes into their video or whatever. And someone's like, "Oh, you're not really a man unless you can drink tequila without squinting. I bet you can't do it." So Rock downs a bunch of tequila, and he goes, "I guess I am still the people's champion," and then starts laughing in the video.
Oh, by the way, one last thing. Have you watched the TV show Young Rock?
No, I have not.
I watched a few episodes. It's pretty cool. It's really interesting. So anybody listening, check that. It's on. I think it's on NBC. It's on Tuesdays. I think it's at 8:00. I don't watch it live. I don't watch. I DVR it and watch it that night or the day later. But yeah, check out the Young Rock. It's really cool. It's got it's really about him growing up with the wrestling business and playing college football. And they're going to be talking about more stuff. You got some people in there that are portraying Andre the Giant and Junkyard Dog, Simone's. Can't remember which ones they are, but anyways, Macho Man, and I think for the wrestlers, that's it. You got Vince McMahon, you've had Rock's parents, other people, so it's a really cool show. Here we get a chance to watch y'all. NBC on Tuesday nights, I think at 8:00. But check your local listings.
Yeah, no, I haven't checked it out just because honestly, I just haven't dedicated time to it.
I hear you. I missed like 2 episodes already, so it is what it is.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been watching a lot of movies the past few weeks, but
I hear you. Same here a little bit.
And one of the things that I'm taking time in between, like right now, to record this to watch is the Justice League Snyder Cut. I've just been really interested in wanting to check that out.
Yeah.
I love my superhero movies. That's why, especially this is going to be relative to what we talked about. That's when people are like, "Oh, it's fake." It's okay. Well, I know Ben Affleck's not Batman, so it's the same damn thing. So
that's hilarious.
But that's my whole point. Like, I don't know why people get so bothered by it. It doesn't make any sense. Like, people watch these things to escape from reality. That's all it is. So, in any case,
now prepare for KM's joke. If y'all ain't heard, Cam usually tells a joke, so you gotta make sure this one's good.
Thank you. I didn't even think of one.
Besides damn! Put you on the spot.
Yeah, you did. Based on the fact that Ben Affleck is not Batman, which that must be shocking to so many people that think wrestling's real. That people actually believe wrestling is real. Well, I shouldn't say real, but I mean in the sense that it's that people don't know that it's predetermined and that it's basically a live action movie sequence. So, It is what it is. But yeah, it's catch us with the later episodes. Like you said, we plan a couple of different interviews in the future.